There was no cardiovascular disease and dental decay, and these mummies were predominantly all meat eaters. Boom. So again, is there really much of a debate there, which is what I find very interesting? See, and I mentioned in my first book, Light Your Fire, when people ask me, well, what should, as far as their diet, Doc, what do you recommend as far as diet? And for me, it's like what got us here since the beginning of time. So in this documentary, this guy who winds up having a heart attack at the age of 18 and otherwise overall healthy, he was out running, he was a long distance runner. So he goes out to the track to run one day, boom, has this heart attack. So he started trying to figure out what was going on and what was the best diet for him. So he went through a bunch of different diet-related tests. So in this documentary, what was really cool is they go back to the beginning of time and they check out the species and they study their brains and the rest of their DNA to find out what it was that they lived on. And the interesting thing, again, there's no animal, there's no dog in the hunt with this particular documentary. It's really cool. So it's not funded by some food company or particular grain company. This is what they found, that predominantly we're all meat eaters since the beginning of time. And in the beginning, most of the time, whenever they did kill an animal, the first thing that they ate was the brain because it was loaded with cholesterol, the high source of energy, that very evil that that we're taught today is such a bad thing for the body. And the other thing that they mention is that thousands of years ago, if we had been predominantly the vegetarian diet, that we wouldn't be here today, because we would not have had enough fat for our brain to be able to sustain enough energy and enough function of the brain would have actually shrunk. And we would not have figured out how to put a point on the stick, as they mentioned, to kill the animals so that we could survive.